Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about Avengers Endgame. These are my predictions on who is going to die in the upcoming film. It's only like pretty much a week away, and I thought it would be good to get my predictions out now. I've had theories on who is going to be dying for a while now, and it just makes sense to do this video. So here we go. Now, the characters that I'm going to be putting into this are the characters that are still alive. The main Avengers characters, if you remember that promo art and if you've seen the trailers, they show pretty much the main six Avengers, the original six, plus Nebula, Rocket, and Ant-Man and Captain Marvel. So those are the ones that are on the table that I think have maybe a chance to die. So I'll get through each and every one of them. What are my thoughts? Are they going to live or die? Because we know the ones that are dead are coming back to life, right? The ones that were snapped away in Infinity War. Those are the ones that are going to definitely come back. I mean, Spider-Man Far From Home shows Spider-Man, Nick Fury, Maria Hill are all in that trailer. We know there's going to be a Black Panther too, with Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. Black Widow, well, okay. Anyways, let's get into this. Let's start off with Black Widow, shall we? Okay, so there is a Black Widow movie coming, so some people might be thinking that I might say, okay, she's going to live. I do think there is a percentage that she could die because we do know that some people have been speculating that the Black Widow movie could be a prequel. I don't think it's a prequel. I think it's going to be taking place after Endgame, just like Spider-Man Far From Home. And I think Black Widow is going to live. Scarlett Johansson is going to live to fight another day. So, yeah, and I think there's more you can do with that character anyway. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, so moving on to the next easy choice is Hawkeye. Jeremy Renner plays Hawkeye. This one, I also say, no, he's not going to die. Why? Well, because there's already rumors that there's going to be a Netflix series for the Disney Plus network. So I think it's safe to assume that Hawkeye is going to live. And from what rumors are saying, it's that he's going to train, I forgot the character's name, but it's a female character who will be training under Hawkeye to become the next Hawkeye. Apparently she is a character from the comics. I don't know her very well. But look, I think that's pretty much a given that Hawkeye is going to survive. Now we get to the big four, right? We got the Hulk, we got Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America. So let's get with this one, the one that everybody is placing their bets on. Captain America, I think, is going to die, just along with all the other people that think he's going to die. If you have been watching ever since the beginning of the MCU, they've been kind of, especially with Winter Soldier and Avengers Age of Ultron. Avengers Age of Ultron is the one that I think really hinted at his future the most. They have been hinting that it kind of feels like it could go in that direction. That he might want to be with Peggy finally and the people from his past that he was friends with. Nobody wants to live forever. I mean, eventually you do want to have your time and go on and be with the people that you lost. I think Logan kind of touched on that a little bit as well. So yeah, I think Cap definitely is going to die in this one. I don't know how, but it's going to be some very big sacrificial move. He's going to make a huge sacrifice for sure in order to allow the Avengers to go on. Moving on to the second choice that a lot of people are talking about is Iron Man. A lot of people think Iron Man's going to die. I do not think so at all. I am 99% sure that Iron Man is going to have a happily ever after with Gwyneth Paltrow or Pepper Potts and get married, because they already kind of teased it, not only in Infinity War, but they teased it. That was the first time they teased it in Spider-Man Homecoming when they brought Pepper Potts back because they had a little breakup. No, Tony and Pepper are going to get married and have babies and live happily ever after. That's my thoughts on Iron Man. And anybody that thinks he's going to die, Come on, come on. There needs to be some satisfying conclusion. They're gonna make us sad with Captain America. They're gonna make us happy with the Iron Man. So there you go. There's your happy ending for some characters. Some characters need happy endings. They're not gonna make Pepper Potts a widow. She's gonna get married with Tony. There you go. Moving on to Thor. I don't think Thor's going to die, but I think there's a 75% chance Thor will live, but I could see them killing him off. The only reason I'm leaning more towards him living is because I think he's going to rule New Asgard on Earth by the end of the film. We know Valkyrie, Korg, and Meek are all returning. Asgard is going to be on Earth, and Thor is going to be there ruling it in Norway. So starting an all-new village for the living Asgardians that are still alive. So there you go. Thor's ending is going to be a happy ending. The Hulk is the interesting one. Bruce Banner and the Hulk. I think by the end of this, I think this will be the end of Bruce Banner, but I don't think it will be the end of the Hulk. Now, a lot of rumors have been going on that Professor Hulk will be created by the end of this. And I do think something like that will happen. And I think it will be to the effect of that Bruce and the Hulk will come to terms that they both need each other. And in order to be as strong as they can be, they're going to have to be one and complete. We kind of got that feeling in Thor Ragnarok when Bruce was ready to give up. Like, he knew that he wasn't, there could be a chance he wouldn't turn back into Bruce Banner again. And he took that leap and that chance. Obviously, but we never saw the Hulk. We saw him at the beginning of Infinity War, but then something's wrong with him. I think the Hulk and Bruce are going to have to come to terms and become one. And even if that means Bruce Banner being gone forever, in a sense. So we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but that way you can carry on the Hulk into future films if you wanted to, and still, but without really needing a physical actor to play the role. You just need to get someone to do the voice, or even they could still get Mark Ruffalo back to do the motion capture. So, and I'm sure he'd be happy to do it. So with that being said, yeah, the Hulk is a 50-50 thing with me. I don't think they'll kill him, but I think they'll find a way to get rid of the Bruce Banner side and just keep him as the Hulk. That's a big leap I'm taking here with that, so we'll see. Moving on to the newbies now. We got Captain Marvel, Rocket, Nebula, and Ant-Man. Let's start off with the easy ones here. Rocket, I do not think they're going to kill off Rocket. Rocket is a toy that they need to sell to kids, and he is. I think he's one of the reasons why the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are so successful. Him and Groot. People love Rocket and Groot. My mom loves Rocket and Groot. So you are not going to kill Rocket off these movies, especially if you're bringing Groot back. That's like, keeping Chewbacca and killing Han Solo. Maybe that was a bad comparison, but you get what I'm saying. So, moving on to, what's his name? Ant-Man. Ant-Man, I do not think they're going to kill off Ant-Man. I think he's too much of a goof. You want a little bit of a comedic relief in these movies, and I think he's perfect for that. So, plus, I do think they want to do Ant-Man and the Wasp 2 or 3 or whatever they're going to call it. Ant-Man and the Wasp Return or something like that. So, Paul Rudd, I think you're safe, buddy. You're going to be fine. You're 50 years old. You're going to play this character until you're 60 like Robert Downey Jr. So, moving on to Nebula. Let's go to Nebula next, because Nebula, her story arc kind of reminds me of Loki. And with that, Loki, I saw from a mile away. He was my number one choice of being killed off in Infinity War. I thought Captain America could have been too, but I was wrong on that one. But I was right on in Infinity War. They kill him in the first few minutes of that movie, the first 10 minutes. So I do think Nebula is playing a similar story, but she'll be more of a centerpiece on how Thanos is taken down. Where Loki failed to take Thanos down, I think Nebula will be one of the characters to actually take down Thanos. Because her story really revolves around him the most, if you think about it. She's been tortured by him for years, so I think she has the most reason to. They all have reasons to kill Thanos, but I think Nebula on top of everybody. It would be nice and suiting if that's how her story completes in that way. If she makes the big sacrifice play, somehow along with Captain America making a different sacrifice play, that's how. I think Nebula is the one that's going to defeat Thanos, or come be the one to be there when he gets defeated. So, Nebula, I think there is I'll say 85% chance that she's toast in this next movie. Which now brings me to Captain Marvel, and a lot of people are saying, David, she just had a movie. Yes, she just had a movie, but I am going to say, I think she's going to live, but I do think there's like a 35% chance, 36% chance that she could die. And let me explain why. Her first movie took place in the 90s. And the way, if you've seen the movie already, the way it ends feels like there's more stories that you can tell in the past with this character. And so this is why I'm leaving this for last, because I thought about this yesterday, that I think they could kill off Captain Marvel. And now some people will probably think, yeah, but David, wait, didn't Kevin Feige say that like she's going to be the one that pushes the MCU forward? Yes, he did say that, but her stories in the past could push the MCU forward. She could set up things in the past that might play out again in the future. The Skrulls, I think, are the big one that they want to do, right? Everybody wants to see the secret Skrull invasion. I think they could slowly set up. Right now, we only seen the Skrulls. I don't want to spoil too much, but they could set up more there with the Skrulls, I think. I think we've only seen one side of the Skrulls, and I think we could see them return and be more developed. We can learn more about them, even more so in a Captain Marvel 2, that maybe takes place 5 years after Captain Marvel 1, or 10 years after Captain Marvel 1, with maybe the third Captain Marvel movie even lining up with Endgame. So I really do think that's a possibility. I think it's possible Brie Larson could have signed up to 4 movies, one of that being an Avengers movie and the 3 other ones being Captain Marvel movies, and that's the way you do it. So you kill off a character that was just introduced, but you know that there's going to be 2 other sequels that will focus on her again in the past. I mean, you already know where her fate is going, and that's kind of cool, I think. But still allow her movies to still affect the MCU in a big way. So I hope that one blows people's minds. If not, I tried. I didn't actually try. I just think that came natural to me. So with that being said, I hope you guys like this video. Please comment below and tell me who you think out of these Avengers that I mentioned, who's going to live or die. There's, not only the 6, there's the other 4 that I mentioned. I don't think I'm missing anybody else. So with that being said, I hope you guys like this video, especially since, Avengers Endgame is coming out. We'll see how close I am. We'll see how close I am to who lives and who dies. If nobody dies, I'll be kind of disappointed. Someone has to die, and it has to be Captain America. I'm 99% sure on that. I said that earlier. So with that being said, like this video, please subscribe to my channel, especially if you want to know if I'm right or wrong in all of this. And until next time, take care.